What's up, everybody? Tindo here, Panda Warrior Princess, Goodwill. I guess you know how we're starting our day, so stick around.
Well, hello! I want a high five from you. So on three, give me a high five, okay? On three, high five the screen. But don't break the screen, dummy. 1, 2, 3, high five!
So it looks like there's a new system at this Goodwill. High value merchandise. There's a bunch of like Halloween dolls. There's also some NES games. We're gonna have to take a look at those. There are a bunch of games here. Gonna have to spend some time looking for them, but this I'm almost definitely gonna buy.
So it's a real shame. This Goodwill keeps getting really nice Pyrex, like the Green Daisy going on here. And then you got some Cinderella bowls down here. Like, I've never even bought that pattern, but oh wow, there's some over there too. Keep getting tons of it, and they keep charging way too much for them. I just kind of grow to expect it now. Every time I come in here, I'm like, I'm gonna find some Pyrex, and I'm not gonna be able to get it, so it's fine.
Check it out. Hermione. How much is it? $5.49. Probably gonna get that. Did you see this?
No. He's so cute. Why is their eye so derpy? You got like this one going this way, this one going this way.
So right off the bat, I walked into this Goodwill and they were implementing a new lockbox strategy. Well, it's not new. I've seen other Goodwills do it, but it was new to this Goodwill. They got a little book and they've got black and white photographed images of more expensive items, and they're not in the lockbox. They're in a back room locked up, but you just tell the manager which item you'd like and he goes back and gets it. Interesting. There were pictures of NES games in that lockbox, and actually there was a bonus one. He went and got all the ones he had in the back. So I'm gonna get these two games here, Top Secret Episode and Wizard and Warriors NES, and then he brought out another game that wasn't listed there, Tiger Heli, which actually looks like to me the one I'd be most likely to play, so that was good.
Yeah, check these out. Cool. Dracula over here too. Those are cool.
All right, well, it was not a bad first stop. I don't know why I took these off. It's super bright out here. Bunch of NES games, Hermione, GameCube. Let's go. Ooh, that was a powerful high five. We're kind of just driving to a couple Goodwills today that pop into our minds that we haven't really been to in the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna go to this one. It's an all right Goodwill. Hannah bought a really expensive lamp that sold for a lot of money on eBay last time we were here. So tried to do that again. It's a high five kind of day.
Dang it, this is the perfect kind of thing to make a camera out of, but can't do it with all that silky innards.
So you have to have noticed in the last couple weeks worth of videos, there's been an insane number of collectibles. I don't know how they're all getting here. I don't know what store closed down and donated all this stuff to Goodwill, but every Goodwill has a bunch of collectibles. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the Goodwills around here sometimes have collectibles, but it's been over the top lately.
Look at this crazy mug, it's $5. Ew!
Not a lot going on here at this Goodwill, but I have actually never seen this Nerf Mega gun. And it's $6.49, which is more than I like to spend on any Nerf gun, but I'm too curious about this not to get it.
There's tons of Corningware here, but none of it has its lids. Well, not none of it, but most of it doesn't. The baby one has its lid, which isn't very easy to find. Yeah, that one's gonna be a little too expensive though. Let's see.
I don't think I should buy this, but I sure do love Digimon. That is pretty awesome. Just a little bitty lunchbox, but I don't think I'm gonna pay $3.49 for it. It's got the year 2000 on it. I don't know how I walked past this twice, but I did. But not again. I will be buying Dobby. Holy crap, there's two of them. Giant crayon blue, giant crayon green. Got too much to hold. I can't hold on to all of it, but we're gonna get all of it.
This is intriguing, but it doesn't have its lid. I would totally get this if it did. I just sold one of the bigger pots like that last night for quite a bit, so. Too bad it doesn't have its lid. These are all nice sized pots too. Same story.
I want you to check out Hannah's super ultimate awesome crayons. We now have blue, green, and yellow. Maybe we can put the whole entire rainbow together one of these days. That's kind of why I bought them. I think I'm gonna get all the colors of the rainbow and hang them up in my toy booth. What do you think?
Colorful torpedoes!
She's a weirdo. All right, so that's 2 stops now, and Hannah has struck out completely. So that means you gotta pick the last stop, and you gotta find something, or you bring dishonor to the dojo. The Tin Dojo.
Let's go 360 Thrift.
You think you'll do all right there?
Maybe.
Well, I guess you'll be in luck if we don't do well there, because then, you know, it's right next door to it.
I don't know.
Deseret, and you know what's right next to it? Mesa Thrift. It is kind of, you know, it is kind of scary that we make so much content around thrifting for our resale business, because it used to happen. We just go out and find nothing. I mean, thankfully now we got our hands in so many different kinds of resellings. It's hard to walk into Goodwill and not find stuff for our toy booths or for eBay or for our clothes apps. I found lots of stuff for my toy booths today. I don't know what your problem is. Overpriced dishes, probably.
Yes, very much so. Things without lids.
Hey, speaking of which, while we were in there, I sold 2 items.
Sweet.
Hold on. No, I sold 1 item, but I got 2 notifications for it for some reason. Sold a pair of shorts. Just randomly. Cool. Well, that's lunch.
Yay!
All right, are you ready for the thrift store that Hannah picked to get herself redemption? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
360 Thrift. We came here once last week. You might remember I bought some windshield wiper blades. Ooh, yes. Yes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find something extra nice this time. Oh, baby. $10 a book. We might have to get that, I don't know. There's also Skylanders in the lockbox, but I don't see any extra special ones. Yeah, I got all those.
This is still here. It was here last week. It was expensive last week, and purple tags are half off right now. And I think that this is purple. It doesn't say for sure. So $3 for that. I mean, it's in very rough shape, so I'm still considering whether or not it's even worth to get it at all. But $3 isn't bad. That wouldn't be a terrible pickup. Someone's playing with maracas. It's really loud.
In all seriousness, before Corona, this particular thrift store just had tons of toys. It was pretty awesome. It hasn't quite climbed back to those heights of the pre-Corona times, but there's still some stuff worth getting.
Is it this one, Mariah?
Oh, wow. There's a lot of good stuff in these. Look at all that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get these. Gotta. Looks like a Pokemon kind of day, because not only am I gonna get those cards, but for $1, we're getting that too. Ooh, look at that Ninja Turtle one. Not gonna get that, but that's cool.
I think I brought shame to the dojo. There's just nothing here for me to get. I really thought about this for a while. It's just still not really worth it, because it's just not in good condition. Nobody wants it if it's not in good condition, so can't even get that.
All right, well, I found my find of the day. Those Pokemon cards are awesome. We'll have to take a closer look at them in a little bit. What'd you get?
Bub kiss.
Hannah struck out.
However many guys.
That's probably gonna be the name of this video. Hannah strikes out.
3 times.
Big thumbs down. Pour one out for Hannah. F's in chat for Hannah. Look how funny she looks carrying those giant crayons. Well, we are home. We both have an armful. We didn't even need to get Rolly cart out to get it all inside. Not the craziest haul, but I am really, really happy about these Pokemon cards. And I've got a whole other set of cards put away that I need to get out and start scanning and see if we've got anything that's of any value. I mean, I doubt it, but at the same time, this book has a lot of nice stuff in it, so pretty excited about it. We'll take a look at it in a minute, so stick around. So we're sorting Pokemon cards. She's taking a bath. We're watching YouTube. She's gonna be taking a bath for a while. What's your deal? You feel dirty? Okay. Okay. So I'm sitting here in the shade of my beautiful Mario lamp, just checking out these Pokemon cards, and there's a lot of good stuff here. I scanned all the like rare, expensive stuff. There's nothing crazy, you know. With Pokemon cards, there's a lot of $5, $6 cards, stuff like that. But there were a lot of EXs in here, which is pretty cool. Some pretty ones, some I've never seen before. Like I've never seen that guy before. But yeah, there's just a lot here, and anytime I can bring home this many all right Pokemon cards for not a lot of money, I will, because in our toy booth, of course, we sell them for like packs of 10 for just a couple bucks. So a few people will go home excited when they get some of this cool stuff in the cheap $2 packs that they can buy at our toy booth. But this is my favorite one. Lugia happens to be my favorite Pokemon. So there it is. I think it's beautiful. I've never had just a basic Lugia. All the Lugias I have are EX. Well, I guess technically the EXs are even still basic, as you can see. But I mean, like, non-EX. It's the only non-EX Lugia I've ever had. I might have to keep that. Just kind of put it up here on display next to me beard comb. There you go. Lots of Pokemon cards. Probably my find of the day. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's talk about all this stuff that we got today. I can almost use them as giant chopsticks. Bet me I can't.
I bet you can.
There's something. Okay.
Rip.
I think you might be right. I got it. Maybe a giant salad tosser.
There you go.
Alright, well, we bought some random stuff today. Nothing too exquisite. I am excited about the games that we got today, but we'll talk about those last. But I bought 2 more of these giant crayons because I want one of every color. And I've got a project for those later, so that'll be cool. Hannah, what'd you get?
This Hermione doll?
Oh, is that yours?
No.
Well, it's going in our toy booth, so it'll make us a few bucks. It's super intact. It's all there, and I've been bringing home a good amount of Harry Potter stuff recently. That's all in box. It'd be fun to collect that kind of thing. I'm not interested. I don't have room for it because it's all big stuff like this. But it's just amazing how much we brought in. If we wanted to collect Harry Potter stuff from that era,
We got a lot in the last couple weeks.
we've had a lot. It's pretty cool. I bought a Pikachu hat. Just to put in my toy booth. Also, it's brand new. It doesn't really look like it's been worn. I guess I could rock it, but I got a large head.
He's got a very large head.
And that's not gonna fit mine. I'm not even gonna try. Oh yeah, I didn't even remember this. I got a giant Dobby. It's 12 inches tall, and it's beautiful. It might be my favorite thing that we brought home today. But you know, again, I'm gonna have a really nice big Harry Potter shelf at our toy booth where we keep the hot Harry Potter stuff. I'm still kind of keeping things separated at our toy booths, where like, you know, all the Harry Potter stuff's at one, all the pops are at another, etc., etc. Very interesting Nerf gun that I've never seen. It's just a miniature version of one that looks just like it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You recognize it? There's just a giant version of this, and I didn't know they made a little bitty one. But it's cool, because most of this Nerf Mega stuff that I get, we sell pretty easy. What else? I got another Nerf gun today. It's honestly, all this is something I'll sell separate, but we sell, I just call them mods. Everything has its own name. There's stocks and barrels and scopes and sights and stuff.
That's the rocket launcher.
This is just an add-on rocket launcher. So it can just be a rocket launcher, or you can attach it to the back of almost any Nerf gun and add a rocket launcher to said Nerf gun. So that will be for sale. And then this particular little bitty gun has its own stock that goes on it, and this barrel will go on something else. So I just bought all this together because we sell so much Nerf gun stuff that I'm able to just buy all the nonsense and then piece them all together properly. But that launcher thing is something we'll sell separate for a few bucks. So that was cool to get all that together for just a couple bucks. That leaves just the video games. And it was not a ton.
Small but mighty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just stuff I needed. A great condition copy of Player's Choice of Shrek 2. I've got so many Shrek games. It's kind of ridiculous.
I'm really shocked you didn't have that one, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, not the play. I think I have the regular one, just not the Player's Choice. I might even be wrong about that. But at any rate, I know I don't have the player's choice of it. I don't know if I have the regular one or not, but I was just stating that, like, it's like SpongeBob games. There's like 25 different SpongeBob games, and you have them on every console. It gets a little bit ridiculous. There's 3 NES games here, all 3 of which I've never played. So tell me down in the comments below if you think it's something that maybe I should try out. But I've got Wizard and Warriors, which I'm not gonna lie, it looks dope. It looks really dope. And then Top Secret Episode, not a game I'm familiar with. It also says Golgo 13. Yeah, I know nothing about this, but none of these are terribly crazy games. Just games that I don't have. I don't have a lot of NES stuff in my collection. It's about 50 games, 55, 60 games by my estimation of how wide that shelf is. So nice to add 3 to it. Just never have had a lot of NES games. I mean, I'd like to. Well, I've got more than that, so I've got 10 or so inbox ones, so maybe 60 NES games. But those are cool. I was happy to find those. I'm glad I looked in that little book. It's kind of funny. There was I don't know if you saw it, but they're doing the binder full of black and white printed images in clear sleeves with the price written on it.
I didn't see it at this Goodwill, but I saw it at a previous Goodwill.
Well, it's funny because I walked into another Goodwill the other day and grabbed a binder thinking that's what it was, and there was somebody behind the counter, and I opened it, and it was like their store notes.
Oh.
So it was some private stuff, and the woman looked at me, and I was just like,
Bobby!
I just walked off. Because that's what I thought it was. But I guess they're bringing that back. I guess they have made some sort of sense in their heads about that being more sanitary than having it in the box and having to get it. I don't know. I don't have any idea. But those were all 3 in the back. As a matter of fact, those 2, the Wizard and Warriors and the Top Secret one were in the book. And I said, I'll take a look at these games if I could. He says, I'll go get them. And he went to the back, and there was an extra one. So he brought all the games that were back there. There was also a Mario, but it was way too much, and I already have copies. So that was good. What's your favorite thing that I brought home today?
Probably Hermione.
Yeah. I think I like Dobby a little more. I mean, I appreciate that Hermione's in box.
Yeah.
But
I like Hermione, though.
Yeah, I mean, Dobby's my favorite Harry Potter character, so.
Is he really?
He really is.
Wow, that's high praise.
That's, I wish he had a sock in his hand. I might have to create that. All right, well, you guys comment below. What was your favorite thing we got today? Was it the crayons? Was it Hermione? Was it Shrek? Was it Dobby? Was it the games? Was it the Nerf?
Was it my nothing?
Your nothingness? Well, I was going to say, let's talk about your nothing before we get out of here. How often do you guys go thrifting or go to yard sales and just bring home nothing? It's not something we talk about a lot on the channel because we're lucky enough that pretty much anytime we go to the thrift, we are able to bring something home. And that's only because, well, there's 2 reasons. It's not really luck. It's the 2 reasons being that A, there's so many Goodwills here, we can just keep going until we find something and are able to make a video and, you know, are able to kind of meet our quota for the day, you know, what we want to post. We can just keep going. So we have that opportunity here because there's 100 Goodwills in this town, and then you can't even count the other chain of thrift stores. So it's not something we have to sit around and complain a lot on these videos about. But I know that before we had this channel and before we were you know, as crazy as we are now to just go to 20 Goodwills in a row, we would definitely go to 2 or 3 sometimes and just go home with nothing. So that's the first reason that we're able to pretty much never get nothing. But the second reason is that the Goodwills, I forgot what I was going to say.
The type of stuff we get?
The amount of things that we get. Thank you. I'm glad you were inside my brain because I was losing my mind for a second. The second reason we pretty much never go home with nothing is that we sell so many types of things, right? We sell clothing on apps, we sell electronics on eBay, and then we sell an insane amount of nonsense in our toy booths, right? And now, especially since we've been shopping for these toy booths, because if you go back a few months on our channel, we had nothing to do with any of these toy booths. Maybe more than a few months, because a few months ago we were at least buying to start them.
Yeah.
But you go back towards the beginning of this channel, and there were definitely episodes where we just came home with like a game or two, and that was it. But I bring all this up because I want to talk to you guys in the comments below, or if you want extra credit, maybe come over to the Discord today and chat a little bit more with us. But how often do you just go home with nothing? How often do you set out to go game hunting or antique hunting or whatever you're into, whether it be thrifting or yard sales, etc.? How often do you go out and just come home with nothing? I know I get a lot of comments. There's plenty of people here watching that are super into the video games. They're not as much into the other stuff that we do. And there's all kinds of versions of that where people watch us for one thing or the other. And people complain all the time, oh, my Goodwills are not as good as yours. Or even sometimes people, I got some comments a couple days ago were like, your games are so much more expensive than mine. And I definitely understand that because we've done a lot of cross-country videos, just thrifting, cross-country on this channel. Twice we've taken 2 big long trips doing that now. And there's definitely parts of the country where the games are nowhere near as expensive and the selection's still all right. Now don't get me wrong, there's also parts of the country I've been through where the selection's terrible and every copy of Wii Fit's still $20, So some of you guys live in those areas. So definitely let me know below before you get out of here what it's like for you. Are you a yard seller and you go to 25 yard sales and hope to find a video game? Or is there anyone out there that lives in the garage sale version of where we live, where there's so many great yard sales that you always do well? I'd like to know. Tell us about it. And that'll pretty much be it. How do you feel about finding nothing today? Do you come home disappointed, or?
It is a little just disappointing, yes, because it's not
because there's 2,500 people watching you.
No, it's just because what usually happens is today I found tons of stuff. It just was all too expensive, and I can't do it.
That's a bummer. Yeah. No, well, it's good. It's good that you can be level-headed and not do it and not buy the stuff. Because the dishes and toys and stuff we buy for the toy booth, like pretty much everything I brought home today, I'm gonna sell not the games. I'm keeping all the games, but like Dobby, he was just a couple bucks, and I'm probably gonna put a $12, $13 price tag on him. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up exactly what he's from, but something like that. So I wouldn't be able to sell this if he was $7, which will very often happen, depending on what part of town we're here in. I would have very well had to have paid $12 to bring this home. So it's good. It's good that you were strong.
Yeah, and there were some pieces where I was just like, oh, I haven't bought anything. I might as well just buy it. But it's just well, the alternative is that you bought it for too much money and then no one buys it, and then you just sunk in all that money and you get no return out of it. Yeah. And that's just not gonna work.
And I'm sure that a lot of you guys watching that are resellers know exactly what we're talking about. And we've definitely spent a lot of time thinking about that with our clothing, is where we started. But it's even more important now that we just spend next to nothing because of our toy booths. Because we need so much stuff, and it would be so easy to go out and spend $1,000 this month to put stuff in it, and then only make a couple $100. And it's really a cash flow issue. Because if we had enough to spend $1,000, well, that'd be cool. Then we wouldn't have to restock for a couple months. But it's not really how it works because we're not rich. We have to just spend enough to keep more coming in, and it's a constant grind. So we're out there at these thrift stores looking for the cheapest items. And it's going okay. Our booths are making more than we're spending on them, and that's good. But if we had too many days like today, it wouldn't happen. But I don't know why I'm even explaining it that way, because when was the last time you bought nothing?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been. It probably happens once a month.
Yeah, or it's usually not nothing. It's usually I got one or two things.
Right. Yeah. Usually it's just a slow day. For me, I'm a little bit more hard-headed. Like if I'm at a store and there's $100 worth of Legos for $30, which is below my personal threshold. Like if I'm going to sell $100, if I'm going to sell Legos for $100, I want to spend. 20's pushing it for me.
Yeah.
But if I have a bad day and I go out there and there's a $100, what I'm going to sell $100 for worth of Legos, and it's $40, $50, I might start getting a little spendy. You know what I'm saying?
It's tempting. It's really tempting.
Yeah. Well, it's almost an addiction too. We do this so much that it would be hard for us not to do it. If we just didn't have this channel tomorrow,
and we didn't need to go spend all this money on thrifting, we'd probably still find ourselves going for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're just stuck doing it, and we enjoy it. But yeah, guys, do let us know how you fit into this conversation before we get out of here. And also, before we go, do me a couple favors. Like I said, check out our public Discord. Come over there and chat with us. It's a good time to be over there. I think we're nearing 400 members.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I don't know exactly how long we've had the Discord. I mean, I know when we started it, it was the trip that we went home.
Yeah,
Was it the
which
last trip or the
was
trip
it?
before? It's confusing. I mean, it's been 4 or 5 months, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was the trip before that.
It was the trip before last.
Yeah, our first cross-country thrifting.
It's so hard to remember. I don't know, but we haven't had it too super long, and I do remember when there weren't even 100 people over there, and it's buzzing all the time now. It's a really interesting place to be because there's always someone over there willing to chat about thrifting, etc., etc., etc. So go check that out before we go. Also, before we go, do me a big favor and check out our merch store, tindostrash.com. Go put your eyeballs on what we got. We're selling all kinds of stuff, and it's at least worth looking at. That's going to be it. Besides that, I guess you could hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that. Dobby would appreciate that. Dobby wants you
Hermione?
to subscribe.
Yeah, Hermione does too.
Yeah, we'd really appreciate it, though, because we're on our way to like 4,000 subs, and the faster we get there, the better I'll feel about it. So help a brother out. And I guess the last thing I can say is that we do post daily videos here on this channel, so make sure that you come back and check us out tomorrow. And until tomorrow, guys,